beautiful people, LosingDrea here, and I'm coming to you guys with another video. Hi guys, it's June 17th, Wednesday, June 17th, 2020, and I'm coming to you guys with another video. I don't want to say like a weigh-in Wednesday, but I am going to report from last week Wednesday to this week, my weight. But before we go to that, I'm just going to go over a couple of things, how I've been doing and what's been going on in my world here in Florida. During everything that's been taking place and since the last video that I put out for you guys. Now, I'm trying my hardest to put these videos out, and I've kind of selected not to do them every single day due to the fact that I have issues uploading. My internet here is like suckier than sucky, and it's not something that I have a very good time being able to do. I'm up at night because I work nights from my house, and I chose to do that many years ago because I thought that would be a time where I can relax and actually work from home and not be disturbed by others who also live in the household, and that being my mother and my husband. That never worked for me. Apparently, when I was up at night, they both seemed to adopt the same habits, and then they stayed up at night. And so she's on her computer all night, which kind of pulls from the Wi-Fi and hurts me from being able to use it even for my job, let alone when my husband's home. He's on his cell phone, and he does a lot of this gig work stuff, like, you know, delivery for food and whatnot, helping people who don't or can't leave their homes because they're quarantined. And he's got stomach cancer, and he's risking his life out there, and I can't stop him. His reasoning behind it is he was a taker all of his life, and now it's time to give back, and he figures he's dying anyways. To say, and I'll throw that in there, kudos to keto, because he has been on this ketogenic journey now for about a year, except for a few cheats here and there, because when he goes out and he's working, he might have the habit of doing things that he's not going to tell me he's doing because he knows I'll get mad at him, but he's probably drank a soda here or there. But he had his numbers tested the other day, his white blood count. For anybody who doesn't know, he has HER1 stomach cancer, and it was after he had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. I think it was 2014, something like that. It was like January 8th. It was kind of around the time, like a couple years before I actually found the ketogenic diet and started on that myself, although I had been doing other stuff ongoing. If you look here on my channel, you see over 900, maybe almost 1,000 videos now where I've discussed my ongoing trials and tribulations of all different kinds of things that I have tried in order to lose weight. And I've gone vegetarian, vegan, and now carnivore, and I went keto, and it's kind of ketovore because I am eating a little bit of cabbage here and there, but it's working for me. So I'm sticking to it, even though I do still get a little bit stomach discomfort every now and again, or some issue that sends me to the bathroom kind of quickly. But I'm a glutton for punishment, just like I have been all along with my weight loss and my life, eating things I know I shouldn't be, even though I know I shouldn't be eating them. But, okay. So, here I am, fast forward, he's got HER1 stomach cancer. From what I read, they don't know how people get it, but generally it happens to people who have had gastric bypass surgery. So go figure, wouldn't you think that's how people probably get it? My mom had Roux-en-Y back, I gotta get all these dates correct. I plan on doing a video about my mom and I and how she's been able to successfully get down to 133.4 pounds, I think it is, as of today. And she started at only 2 ounces less than me back in August 6, 2018. I was coming off of a few months of a carbaholic binge. And I was having a hard time getting back on track. And when she decided that she was going to finally try keto, I decided to do it along with her in support, and it helped me get back on track that particular time, and there I was with her. The only problem with me, why I haven't seen the same success as her, is I go out, I leave my house, I am the one that does the shopping, I am the one that I've gone traveling, and every time that I have gone on a trip and traveled away looking for a house in Georgia or wherever else, I end up eating things on the road, or I get to a place where I just absolutely love a certain restaurant there, and then I just kind of indulge in a treat that just sends me off on this tangent of not being able to stop myself with any carb after the fact. Doesn't matter what it is. Last time, I think what set me off is Red Robin's steak fries. They have this like unlimited all-you-can-eat basket of fries, and I literally remember going there and just ordering fries, and that's all I wanted to eat. And after that, I just could not stop. It was like the Rebel ice cream and the keto fat bombs from, and hey, Herbie and I think Lucretia, the two flies in here, don't ask me why I named them that, you know, just kind of off the top of my head, but they're flying around like crazy. So if you see things zipping by my face and whatnot, give them a thumbs up, not me. But in any case, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I'm not perfect, and I know that many of you may be watching my videos, which there aren't that many of you. I have over 1,000 and I don't know how many subscribers to date, and there's only a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of people who even watch my video, and even less of those who will subscribe to my videos, or comment, I should say, to my videos. And I'm okay with that. I've never started my channel for anything other than for me to log my journey, and so that I can look back and see how far I've come, and it's worked. My channel has been the best tool, and I've said this in many of my videos, it's been the best tool that I could have ever gotten for myself. It didn't cost me anything to start it, and it only took the effort of me picking up a camera most of the time, every time I needed to talk, rather than to find myself trying to deal with my emotions in the refrigerator, or at the convenience store, or where have you. It just became easier. And I used to do cooking videos, and I used to love doing them until somebody made a comment about my bird, who, sadly to say, as of April 5th of this year, my bird is no longer with us. And I believe it was COVID related, only because in the things that transpired prior, although no one in my house that I'm aware of has had any symptoms or whatnot of COVID. But, you know, a bird is so small, their immune systems are smaller than, you know, humans and other animals in the house. And it could very well be that, or my husband's trying to tell me that we didn't really know how old he was. And even though I think birds are supposed to have like this great longevity and outlive most humans, that maybe isn't necessarily true for Quakers. And so he was my baby, and I'm not going to go there because I will still get choked up and upset about it. But yeah, that happened early on in April, and I was still struggling, trying to get back on track, coming off of this holiday carbaholic binge, and just one thing after another, making excuse after excuse. My birthday was May 7th, and my husband's was just June 4th, and then he also and I together on the 5th of June decided enough was enough, even though I decided beforehand, like I wanted to start June 1st, and I was okay for a day and then fell off the wagon the following day, so then I didn't actually start until, and if anybody wants to know what I'm looking at, there's a calendar over here where I write everything down. So yeah, I'll put a video here. I will put a video up here so you guys can check out that video that I did last, where I basically talk about my calendar and why I have such a big calendar and what I use it for. Some people use whiteboards. I have one of those too, standing here behind my piano, but I haven't written on it or done anything yet. I had a little idea in mind a few months back. I might have even kind of mentioned it a little bit, like it was coming. I made all these cute little piggies with like weights on them, and I was going to like take a pig out of the mud puddle as I lost weight and put it elsewhere so people could see these are how many 10-pound piggies I lost. Because I used to be well over 300 pounds. Don't know exactly how much, because it wasn't until I finally decided to get on the scale, because I had to, because I joined one of those free logging your food nutrition thing sites, Spark People, for those who don't know, if you haven't gone back to my very first video where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and decided to start my channel. Again, I will link that up here. I always get these confused, which side is which, because it's opposite. Hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. If not, you'll see it pop up and you'll know. You can click on it. But I'm trying to do these things a little bit more better, and I'm trying not to confuse you guys, because if I'm confusing you guys, I'm confusing myself, and it's definitely not my intention. I want everybody to have a pleasurable experience who does take the time to come and watch my videos, and then, of course, comment. All comments are welcome, even the sad ones from some of you trolls. If it's something that I think might affect somebody else or trigger somebody else, I'm sorry, I might delete it. However, a comment is a comment, and everyone has a right to their opinions, so therefore I just might leave it. Otherwise, I've had a few instances where people left me comments and I got them as a notification in my email, was able to read the whole entire comment. However, clicking on them and going to comment to the comment or reply to the comment, there's nothing there. So in other words, they commented and then they felt maybe they should shut up, it's not their place, or whatever they felt, and they took their comment down. I still got to see it. And maybe that was their intentions. They know nobody else will see it and come after them, but I'll see it. And that's all they care to do, is to try to take me down in hopes to try to ruin me or ruin my efforts and try to make me feel upset. So like, you know, I should kill myself because I've been on this journey since 2011. And where am I? I'm still fighting and battling weight. But I got news for anybody who has that same problem and or is looking at me now and saying that. This is a lifelong thing. This is not a diet that you just go on and you do for a couple of months or years and then get off of. I'm going to have to eat this way for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that because I've never felt better. I turned something that I was doing for weight loss into something I needed to do for my health. I was in a car accident in 2016, October 19th, 2016. And they sent me for an MRI because of the problems I was having with my neck and my back and all this other stuff. Extreme pain, not being able to turn my head, felt like it was on a spindle that just slowly, like, you could feel it. All kinds of problems. Plus, I had already had problems from when I was younger. I was in an abusive relationship, and the guy that I dated used to get me on the floor and continually kick me in the back in my kidneys and whatnot. So I have all kinds of issues. I even have a floating kidney. Don't know if it was from having the crap knocked out of me by that boyfriend because of where he used to kick me, or if it was something that I was possibly born with. It could be hereditary. I have quite a few hereditary things that are just there that I have to deal with, and that I'm going to leave for some other videos that I hope and plan on doing, because if I'm going to be transparent with you guys on my weight loss, I need to be transparent with you guys on everything, because at 50 years young, there's possibly something that I can do to help another one of you out there before you hit 50, or if you're at 50, or if you're even above 50 and you want to know. I get people say, you don't look 50. Well, there's probably a few things that I've done throughout my life that kind of helps that out, and there's going to be a video for that when the time comes. I'm trying, guys. I really am. I'm trying to think of some good content and stuff that people would like, because yeah, I am a little deterred about not being monetized, and I haven't been monetized since the Adpocalypse. I mentioned that in my last video and I couldn't think of the word. I said apocalypse or whatever. It was called the Adpocalypse. And you know, when you're watching these videos, these ads come up. If it's not me being monetized and making the ads or choosing where the ads come up, it's YouTube doing what they're doing to keep things free for those of us who upload and for those of us who watch. I mean, they do now have a paid service that you can pay to watch videos and not see those ads. But one way or another, YouTube has to make their money. Just like any other site, nothing is free. When you go on Facebook, you see ads on the side, you see ads within your timeline and your friends' posts and things, and you might think that they're legitimate because they're being shown there. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are. Think of it from the perspective of Facebook or YouTube. They got to make their money, and they're not really going to care who is going to pay them to put up an ad, whether it's going to scam you out of money or not. I, on the other hand, have always been a big proponent about coming on here and doing videos for you guys, whether it's like product reviews or food reviews or what have you, to let you know, hey, it doesn't work. And I don't care if they pay me by giving me something for free. If somebody inboxes me through my email or anywhere and says, hey, I want you to do a review of our product, whether they pay for it or not, I'm going to be completely transparent about that fact with you guys when I do that video. But I'm not going to let that deter me from telling the truth about the product. If the product sucks, I'm going to be honest. And I tell the people, hey, I don't mind doing a review for you, but I'm completely honest. And if your product sucks, I'm going to let people know. And I've had a few of them not send me anything. And that's okay with me, because then I don't want your products filling up my house if they're not something I'm going to use, you know. So yeah, and I could be a little long-winded, and I'm sorry for that. Sometimes editing out a lot of this stuff benefits me because I have the internet speed, lack of speed issue with the uploading. It takes me days to upload a single video. Not to mention, whenever I'm uploading a video, nobody else in the house can have internet, and I can't even work. I need my internet for work, so I have to try to time it just right. Usually about the time when I go to sleep in the mornings, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll put the upload, I'll set it to go up, and I'll leave it. And I'll leave my computer open so it doesn't automatically go to sleep or anything, so that it can try to upload while I sleep, hopefully for 8 hours. It never happens, usually 4. And hopefully at a time when everybody else is sleeping, because they've been up all night with me. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get to my weight. I've rambled enough. So, yeah. 226.4 pounds on the scale today. That's 5 pounds lost since last week, Wednesday. And 17.6 pounds down since June the 3rd, when I was at my highest this month, my most recent highest of 244 pounds. I got up to 245.6 pounds on May 5th. And previously before that, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I was higher than that at another particular point. But I get up to a certain point, I regain a certain amount of weight, and I say, no, I'm not going to regain all the weight that I lost. I initially lost 79.8 pounds. And I had moved here from Miami, and I had taken on a pyramid scheme type sales thing with Scentsy and their candles and whatnot. And this is nothing against Scentsy, although I have everything against Scentsy, but it stressed me out to no end. They kept changing their policies and kept making it more difficult for me to keep my, independent contractorship with them. And it was just like hell for me. I had to back away and just let it go. And I stopped being my own customer to meet that quota, because I didn't have any customers. Everybody that ever bought from me would sign up under me, become a part of my team, then they'd buy from themselves, and there would go all my sales. So that was never my intentions, not to mention that the commission rate that you would get on a sale was nothing short of terrible, considering what I could have done just buying products myself at the same amount of money I was paying for wax and wax warmers, and, making a bigger profit reselling that stuff on my own without a middleman. So the stress was a little too much for me, and it got to a point where I had to just stop and just focus on my weight. Anytime I've tried to introduce some other business or something, it's always hindered my weight loss, because it's taken my focus off of, every day doing videos or cooking videos or whatever to, I gotta work because this is what pays my bills. Now I'm the only one basically working, because what my husband does, he's just trying to pay his own little bills that he has, his car, make things easier on me. But he can't do a lot. He gets winded really easily, very, very tired. I mean, poor soul went out yesterday because my lawn guy didn't show up, and he cut the lawn in 90-something degree weather. And the last time he did that, he almost died on me, and I told him, don't ever do that again. But he's a glutton for punishment. He does not listen. He's extremely hard-headed. One of the reasons that in almost 30 years, can't handle it, because he won't listen. But bless him, he did it. It needed to be done. If not for me, my dogs that were going out in the backyard, and I couldn't see but maybe a tail and the tips of their ears, because it had gotten that high. So in order for us to use a push mower, even though it's self-propelled with a little lever that you pull, you have to pull a wheelie the whole entire way. And I have 1/4 of an acre between front and back. So I don't know how he did it, but he did. I'm thankful. I'm thankful he didn't die, too. I would have had to go pick him up off the ground outside in the heat. I tried to tell him that. He don't listen. So, anyway, 17.6 pounds since June 3rd is amazing. But it's not anything different than what I've experienced in the past, coming off of a long cheat. When I say days of cheating, weeks of cheating, months of cheating. I would say it was a couple months, but it really was longer. If I go back to November 7th, when I was at my lowest of 210, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're in 7 months now. So let's take the June away, because I started around the beginning of it. But that's 6 months ago. I was at my lowest. And it took me 6 months to regain 34 pounds. Yeah, 34 plus 10, 44. That's a lot of weight to gain, guys. It took me a lot more to gain it initially before I started losing weight way back in 2011. I was like 300 and I don't know how many pounds, afraid to get on the scale, afraid to leave my house. I would have never went on a vacation or went house hunting by myself and driven as far as I drove. I wouldn't have been able to make it. My energy levels would not have been there. I was always tired, always sick, always everything hurt. Keto has given me a new life. And so I had that accident, went for the MRI. They said they saw something but couldn't discuss it with me because he wasn't my regular primary. He was only there to do an MRI for me and report his findings on that because it was insurance being taken care of by car, blah, blah, blah. I finally did, because I didn't have insurance on my own. I didn't have a primary care provider. He made me sign a paper before I left at the front desk to say that they let me know of this issue, that I have to see my primary care provider. So fast forward to 2018. I finally get some insurance. Don't have it now, but I had it. And long story short, I go over all the findings, the disc I got from my MRI with the paper that stated what they saw, where they saw it. I have 2 nodules in my thyroid. One big enough to check, the other one not. Both should be monitored every 6 months. I don't have insurance now. I'm not monitoring it. But after the scare and everything that went down, I strongly feel my going on a ketogenic journey on January 8th of 2017, all the way through until I finally went March, I think it was, of 2018 and first said something. And by the time they even tested me, did mammograms or anything else, which was August of 2018, when I restarted my journey with my mother, I got an all clear, benign, whatever it is, and I owe it to keto. Doctors aren't going to tell me, yes, that's what might have cured you, that you had it and you don't, now it's benign, or that it never was. No, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, you know, you're going to come back every 6 months and give us more money. So that's where we're at with that situation and how I came to be and why I'm so very thankful for this way of life and why I keep continually going back on the keto diet, even if I fall off the wagon a little bit. I try to make my next meal keto, and now I'm doing a higher protein, lower fat version of keto. I'm still keeping my carbs so minimal. I don't even think I'm eating 5 carbs a day, maybe even 10. I'm probably not even eating enough calories. If you're a calorie guru who thinks you know everything about dieting and you believe in the standard American diet, aka SAD diet, or you believe in the food pyramid, or whatever you believe in, I'm okay with you believe in it. Whether it's religion, politics, I'm okay with what you believe in. I will never, ever say anything bad about anybody for what they believe. So please don't come dragging me through the comments of my own videos and telling me I'm not eating enough carbs or I'm not eating enough calories. I eat when I'm hungry. I stop when I'm full. And that's it. I've been drinking iced tea. I, without even thinking about it, I ended up stop drinking coffee because it's so hot here in Florida that it's not better to drink iced tea. And, that's what I'm doing. So I just stopped drinking coffee. I'm not doing any dairy. I'm mainly like chicken wings with the skin on in the air fryer. I get like whether it's the brand from Costco, I think Kirkland, or Kirkwood, which is the brand from Aldi's, or wherever, Publix. I'm not buying like grain-free, grass-fed. I know it's better for me. It's better for my husband with cancer. But it's hard to find those things even still because usually the last thing left on the shelf, if there is any left at all. And, you know, I go to the store late because I sleep all day. So getting to the store earlier might be a good tip for some of you guys who are having trouble finding things in your local supermarkets and whatnot. Going earlier in the day gives you a better chance of finding these things before the day goes on and people are able to come and shop and get it before you. But that's what I've been eating. That, and I was doing the coleslaw that comes pre-cut and you just add your own stuff to it to make coleslaw. It had red cabbage and carrots, and then Jelly mentioned that, Jelly Fat Keto mentioned, I say it now like everybody knows, it's a household name. I love her. If you don't know her, go find her channel, Fat to Keto. I keep saying I was going to put it down in the description box, and now I just reminded myself I didn't in the last video. I said that. I'll try to go back and do that when I can. But yeah, she was frying it up with a little butter in a pan and eating it and not having too much problem. And I love and miss vegetables. I was a vegetarian. I did the vegan thing. It wasn't healthy for me. I found that out the hard way with tooth loss and hair loss and all kinds of weird stuff. I have no hair loss now. Very, very nice. Not thick. It's not thick. It used to be real thick, and I don't know if that's because of my age and supposedly being perimenopausal. I'm doing air quotes on both supposedly and perimenopausal because my period had stopped for a little bit when I first got tested. And I was like, God, a little bit. It was quite a few months. And they tested me and said that I was showing, I forget, I don't have the paperwork in front of me. I filed it away, but it was saying that, you know, I show signs of the hormone levels and whatnot that they look for, that I was definitely perimenopausal. You're perimenopausal if you can still have a period here and there. But if your period stops for at least a year and or more, that's when they say you're definitely menopausal. I don't know. I'm not on any hormones. I don't take any meds. The only thing I take is for pain on occasion, which now I happen to be in big time pain because I had a really terrible accident. I'll insert some pictures. Yeah, that happened a few days ago. I didn't even write down the day that it was, but I slipped on the mat when I put my foot down in my tub to get into my shower, and the mat went flying, and I grabbed a hold of the curtain, but the front of my right leg, my shin, like the thin, you hardly have any meat and skin there, you know, just protecting whatever bone, and I smashed into the side of the tub, and the only thing that might have helped somewhat from a possible break, which I'm not sure, it's still not broken, but I have no insurance, so I'm not going anywhere. But I had the mat that I usually put on the outside of the tub on the floor. It was still over the tub. I think that kind of cushioned it a little bit. It hurt like hell when it first happened. Then it went away, and the pain was gone for about 2 days, and then as it started to kind of like come to the surface or something and turn a little of that like yellowish, blackish, brown, blue color, there's like redness under the area, more towards the ankle, and I have a hard time walking and having pain without taking something. So I've been taking ibuprofen 800 milligram, which are prescription strength. For those who don't know, I think it's the same as regular ibuprofen. You can take 3 of your 500 milligram ones or whatever, or what are they, 250? Do the math. I don't know simple math. I'm reminded of that sometimes by a certain someone. They know who they are if they're watching my video. It's a joke, but it's not a joke. There's a lot of things I don't remember. Anyways, this video is going on too long, almost 30 minutes. I just wanted to come on here, you know, hey, you only get one from me whenever you do, so 30 minutes might not kill you too bad. Hopefully you watch it all the way through to the end. It does help my algorithms. Give it a like and all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if there's anything that you don't see that you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to ask. You know, I might make a video on it explaining it to you. And, you know, you might not be the only one who wants to know whatever that question is. And it helps for those who aren't afraid to ask questions to ask them. So myself and other creators also, you know, never be afraid to ask something, you know. Me, I'd be more afraid not to ask something. Anyways, it's getting real hot in here, and I'm starting to sweat, even though I got a fan going back and forth. My dogs are back here. I don't know if you can... Anyways, guys, be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you. Be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Be blessed. Mwah. Hey guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button down below and be sure to ring the bell so you can be notified of all new videos as I put them out to you, as well as if I go live.